Welcome into the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Game number 2 of the Big 5 Classic set to tip just in a few minutes. And it's a familiar rivalry, perhaps the most familiar in all of Philadelphia basketball. The St. Joe's Hawks come flying down to South Philly for a battle with their other feathered foe, the Temple Owls, the 166th meeting between the two. Happy to bring it to you here on WHIP Sports. Pat Dallahan, joined by my guy, Max Blakelock. Troy Arslan, the man with the sound, the man manning the soundboard. Obviously, a disappointing Thanksgiving break, Max. A disappointing trip to Disney for Temple. A 1-2 finish at the Disney Invitational in Orlando, Florida, with wins over Princeton and losses to UCSD and Rhode Island. But most recently, Max, we saw the Owls in action on Monday against Villanova.
Yeah, and that game, you know, always tough when you go against a team like Villanova.
Of course.
But just out-rebounded is really what stood out to me in that second half. You kind of stayed in it for that first half. Took the lead even at one point.
Yeah.
Kind of leaned on your scores, and Darian Ford was really taking charge there. But just unable in the second half to stick with that high-powered Villanova team. Duradola fouled out, his foul troubles, and just unable to just rebound. I'm going to just go back to it.
Right. Well, yeah, it all starts with the rebounding. And Temple, obviously not a very big team. They rank, my apologies, they rank 237 in the nation. So size with rebounding is a really important factor for them. But let's talk about St. Joe's. They have a common opponent in Princeton, but it was a really narrow win for the Hawks over the Tigers, a Tigers team that's really struggled this season without, you know, the presence of guys like Xavier Lee, who's now at Florida.
Yeah.
St. Joe's defeating them 60-58. And, you know, it's a St. Joe's team that struggled a good bit this year. You know, a loss at the hands of Penn at the Palestra to the obviously high-powered offense led by Ethan Roberts and former Duke and Virginia forward TJ Power. But St. Joe's, we talked about it before the game. Who's your guy to keep an eye on for the Hawks?
Yeah, it's going to go to Deuce Jones here. Deuce Jones the second, averaging 17 a game for them so far. He had a season high and career high 29 against Drexel in Big 5 pool play earlier in the year. And he had 17 points last game in their win against Princeton. And he was named the most outstanding player of the Jersey game, or the Jersey Jam, excuse me, which was that game against Princeton. So he's really the guy that my eyes go to. But Derek Simpson as well, the senior guard from Mount Laurel, New Jersey. He had 20 against UNLV earlier in the year. You know, third on their team in scoring with 12.5 points per game. So he's another guy to always keep your eye on.
Yeah, Deuce Jones obviously spent last season on 20th and Olney there for LaSalle. He was the Atlantic 10 Rookie of the Year and transferred to St. Joe's in what was the most controversial move in the Big 5 in the offseason. It was really something that was unexpected. LaSalle fans thought they had to keep her for at least another year, but apparently not. We're about 10 seconds away from tip-off here. Warm-ups just coming to a close. Temple and St. Joe's for the 166th time. Their first meeting all the way back in 1913.
It's a long time ago.
It's a really long time ago. As the lights dim here at the Xfinity Mobile Center, St. Joe's ready to introduce their starters, and we'll introduce you to them as well. Derek Simpson, Deuce Jones, Desir Haskins, Jaden Glover, Toscano, and Justice Ajaba, the starters for the Hawks.
Yeah, the same starters they came out with last game.
These two teams obviously haven't met since the 2023 Big 5 Championship right here at the formerly named Wells Fargo Center. I've gotten so used to saying Xfinity Mobile. But obviously, very different look for both programs. A new man in charge for St. Joe's, Steve Donahue, took the helm on September 10th of this year. Billy Lang joining the Knicks organization in the player development department. Spent 5 years on Hawk Hill, but called it quits right before the season.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about transition in the Big 5. You mentioned right from the start there, Deuce Jones coming from LaSalle. Well, Steve Donahue came from a program in Penn where he had been there for 10 years. And Penn definitely showed them, all right, well, you left us, well, I'm gonna beat you in this game at the Palestra. So a lot of movement within the Big Five, and Steve Donahue is definitely very familiar with the Big Five tradition.
Yeah, only 2 teams in the Big Five started this season with the same coach that they had last year. That would be Drexel with Zach Spiker, and Temple with Adam Fisher in his 3rd year. Obviously at UPenn, former Iowa head coach Fran McCaffrey, an alumni of Penn. Steve Donahue at St. Joe's, Darius Nichols at LaSalle, and the chiropractor Kevin Willards over on the main line. Not quite in Philadelphia, but Adam Fisher in year 3 for the Owls, and it's kind of go time for Fisher. He was handed an extension just before Thanksgiving break, so Temple fans starting to amp up some pressure on him.
Yeah, getting a little antsy, I would say. I mean, Adam Fisher was an exciting hire at the time.
Absolutely.
And don't get me wrong, he's done pretty well for the most part, obviously leading Temple in his first year to the American Athletic Conference Finals when they lost to UAB. And last year, a much better regular season, but fell right in their first game in the American Athletic Conference tournament there. And a lot of fans have their eyes on March. So we'll see one step at a time for this Temple team, but I think they're headed in the right direction.
Yep. Whether those fans have their eyes in the right places or not is another conversation. But Temple coming off 2 straight losses, one to the hands of the URI Rams led by Archie Miller. It's the 2nd year in a row Temple's lost to URI in non-conference play, and obviously the 18-point loss at Villanova on Mondays. Temple gets ready to introduce their starting lineups. We will do the same. It's Jordan Mason, Aiden Tobias, and Darian Ford, Gavin Griffiths, and Baba Duradola. Now, Baba Duradola has kind of gotten off to a slow start this year. Really high expectations. A lot of development was spoken about on the defensive side of the ball, and Max, that just hasn't been the case for Baba.
Yeah, not at all. Defensively, he's struggled. His foul problems, maybe you thought got a little bit better in the beginning of the year, but have started to come back. One positive I will say is I love the way he's passing the ball, right? I mean, they're drawing up plays, and Baba's making the passes at the right time, averaging just under 2 assists per game so far this season. But yeah, there were a lot of talks about how Baba looked, and he's still going to be that starting big man for this group as he was all 32 games last year. But yeah, definitely hoping and expecting him to step up within the rest of the season.
Just a few seconds away from tip here in Game 2 of the Big Five triple header. You hear about the Big Five double headers.
Yeah.
Not often do you hear about the triple header here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Yeah, their 3rd year doing this. We'll see if the crowd can get packed for this last game, but a little more in attendance for this one than there were for the last one.
Yep. Obviously, Drexel, a much smaller fan base. Athletics not as high on the totem pole for the university as it is at Temple or St. Joe's. But decent amount of St. Joe's students here today. Temple students still creeping in. Not a great showing. I'm not going to bite my tongue about that.
Yeah.
St.
They have the easiest trip, too, right?
Right on the Broad Street line. St. Joe's in the black Hawk Hill uniforms. A sharp look. Temple going with the whites, with the home whites, as the team with the higher net ranking in the national evaluation tool. Temple at 193, St. Joe's at 271. So Temple, the home team this afternoon in South Philadelphia.
I love those black jerseys from St. Joe's.
Clean look. Normally, I'm not a black uniform guy, but
they do it well.
They do it well, absolutely. So, Ajabo and Duradola ready to do battle at the tip. Steve Donahue in the gray suit, Adam Fisher in the navy blue. Suits versus sneakers. The ball is tipped, and it's won back by Ajabo into the hands of Simpson, and we are underway. Simpson at the top of the key. In front of him, it's Mason. Glover Toscano on the right wing. Simpson on the right wing now. In front of him, Tobiasen. Gets a screen from Ajabo. Top of the key, Simpson. Left wing for Glover Toscano. Toscano. Top of the key now for Jones. Jones drives, stops inside, looks down low for Haskins on the left side, and he fired it out of bounds. It's Temple basketball.
Yeah, almost a great play there, cut, but Jordan Mason just applied enough pressure there to force the turnover.
St. Joe's coming out showing some pressure here on the inbound. It's inbounded to Ford. And Tobiasen will walk it up for Temple. The Delaware native crosses half court with 23 seconds on the shot clock. Jordan Mason just in front of half court on the right side. Dribbles to the top of the key now. Mason on the right wing. Mason gets a screen from Duradola in the right corner. Looks down low. Duradola driving left. Spins right. Rejected by Ajabo. Rebounded in the hands of Darian Ford. 5 seconds for Mason to get it up. Has it blocked again. It's knocked out of bounds. The shot clock did not reset. There's 0.9 seconds on the shot clock, but Justice Ajabo, who led the Atlantic 10 in blocks last season, off to an early start today.
Yeah, making his presence known early. Back-to-back big plays from the big man.
So here is Jordan Mason inbounding it from the right corner. Temple has to go quickly. Duradola, catch and shoot three off the window into the hands of Haskins, and it's a shot clock violation for the Owls. 19 minutes and 7 seconds to play in the first half. A fresh 30 for Hawk Hill.
Yeah, an interesting choice there at an inbounds pass. I know he didn't have a lot of time, but
they've made the analytically correct decision in leaving Duradola open. Top of the key now for Derek Simpson. Gets a screen from Ajabo. Left corner now for Glover Toscano. Down low for Ajabo. His hands got tied up with Baba Duradola, and there's the first foul of the game.
Yeah, just a little bit tied up with their hands there. And Baba picking up an early one. Not what you want to see.
From someone that averaged nearly 3 fouls per game last season, doing it again this year. It's been a struggle for him on defense. Simpson inbounding from the left trigger, gets it into Deuce Jones. His mid-range on the left baseline won't go. Rebound to Tobiasen. He'll jog it up court to Duradola now. Left wing Tobiasen gets a screen from Duradola. Right corner now for Mason, but it's knocked out of bounds for Deuce Jones.
Yeah, I don't know why Tobiasen necessarily skipped a pass there. He kind of, instead of swinging the ball to Ford, tried to skip him and go right to Mason, but nonetheless stays Temple ball.
So Tobiasen ready to inbound on the right corner. In front of him, it's Jaden Glover Toscano, the St. John's transfer. Right wing now for Tobiasen. Top of the key, gets a screen from Duradola to Gavin Griffiths at the top of the key. Tobiasen, left wing, was thinking three, puts it on the deck. Long mid-range for two, it won't go. Rebound to Jones. Jones quickly in transition. Thought about flipping it to Ajabo. Jones at the top of the key. Inside the three-point arc on the left wing now. Ajabo at the top of the key. Haskins, right wing now for Simpson. Skip pass left corner for Glover Toscano. In front of him, Griffiths. His three, tipped by Griffiths.
Yeah, great block by Griffiths using his length to his advantage.
So here's Mason at the top of the key. Mason puts it on the deck. Right wing for Tobiasen, and an offensive foul is called. Deuce Jones took the hit. Adam Fisher confused. It's on Baba Duradola, and just like that, 2 fouls for the Canada native. Jemai Felt will check in for him.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. We touched on it right away, and just 2 really unnecessary fouls to start the game.
0-0 the score, 17:50 to play in the first half. Jones, top of the key now for Glover Toscano. Toscano gets a screen left from Ajabo. Glover Toscano, right wing, Simpson a three. Back iron and out, rebound to Tobiasen. So Toby will bring it up court. Points are a premium. Nobody taking the lid off that basket just yet. Top of the key for Felt. Shovels it off for Tobiasen. Tobiasen dribbles right inside on the right key. Right corner, Griffiths a catch and shoot three. Bang!
And here come the Flyers. Tradition here at the Big 5 Classic. First bucket, the fans throw the Flyers down, and Gavin Griffiths making the Temple faithful happy here, as St. Joe still's going to have to wait a little bit.
Yep. So 17:20 to play here in the first half. Gavin Griffiths lifts the lid off the basket, and look at that, the operations crew quickly getting those streamers off the floor.
Yeah, they're not messing around. They've done this before, but that three was huge for Griffiths. He's struggled recently, especially his last 2 games. Had 3 points Monday against Villanova with only a 3, but good for him to hit that first shot of his, and only hopefully can go up from there.
17:20 to play in the first half of action here at the X. No substitutions there in the streamer break for St. Joe's. Jemai Felt on the floor for Baba Duradola. Derek Simpson Trudges up court for St. Joe's. Simpson at the top of the key. Inside the three-point arc on the left nail for Ajabo. He finds the cutting Deuce Jones, and here come the streamers for St. Joe's.
A beautiful pass and a beautiful cut there from that St. Joe's offense. You know what I was thinking? I wonder if they time themselves and see if they can beat their timing to clean up the streamers every time.
Maybe it's a race between each school's athletic staff.
Yeah, the cheerleaders are doing a great job here.
Yeah,
I
cheerleaders
think
really.
Temple was quicker, though. They're slowing down.
Yeah, St. Joe's in no particular hurry to get the streamers off the floor. 3-2 the score with 3 minutes into the game. 17:07 to play in the first half. Yeah, St. Joe's moving a little bit slower than the Temple side. 17:07, 3-2, Temple leads. Gavin Griffiths, the lone scorer for Temple. Deuce Jones, the lone scorer for St. Joe's. And Temple is a team that doesn't turn the ball over at all. 10th in the nation in turnover rate. So it's kind of interesting to me that St. Joe's is going pressure here on the inbound.
Yeah, I guess just starting off early and seeing what they can do.
So here's Tobiasen. Tobiasen on the right side will walk it up over half court. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Tobiasen dribbles to his left wing now for Jordan Mason. A little bit of miscommunication there. The two ran into each other on the left wing. Tobiasen finds Griffiths. Top of the key, catch and shoot. Right rim and out. Felt fighting for the rebound. He tips it out of bounds, and it's St. Joe's ball.
Yeah, good look there by Griffiths, but just could not get that one to fall. Felt good job fighting on the boards, but knocked out of bounds off of him.
So just one bucket each in the 166th installment of the Temple St. Joe's rivalry. Toscano may have gotten away with the travel there, but the refs let it go. Deuce Jones, top of the key, drives to the left corner for Haskins, his three. Rims around and out, rebound to the hands of Ajabo. One more pass, top of the key for Simpson. Going to work on Tobiasen. Left wing now for Jones. Jones jabs, puts it on the deck, gets Griffiths in the air, puts up a layup with contact. He's fouled, and he'll head to the line for two.
Yeah, beautiful move there by Deuce Jones. Got Griffiths in the air, got him stumbling a little, and able to get by and draw the foul with Griffiths trying to catch up to him.
The Trenton native, Atlantic 10 Rookie of the Year at the line, shooting two. Shooting a pair. Obviously, you know, Miles Powell, Trenton native, what Trenton makes the world takes.
Iconic Gus Johnson
of course,
call.
Against a Big Five team in Villanova as Deuce Jones misses the first.
Miles Johnson had a small stint here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena with the Sixers.
Sure did. Miles Powell obviously robbed of his senior year NCAA tournament run. The Trenton native. Another Trenton native at the line. And he knocks down the second. We have a tie ball game at 3 apiece here, about 4 minutes into the game in what's been a low-scoring affair so far. St. Joe's 1 of 5 from the field. Temple 1 of 6. Tobiasen has it taken away across half court, and here's Deuce Jones. Numbers for the Hawks. Down low, Simpson on the left block. His floater good. So a rare turnover there by Temple, and the pressure is working from St. Joe's. 15:50 to play in the first half of action here at the Xfinity Mobile Center. Here's Griffiths on the right wing. Shovels it off to Tobiasen. Front court right. Looking for some cutters. Finds Felt at the top of the key. Tobiasen dribbles inside, steps back out beyond the three-point arc on the left wing. Mason top of the key. Mason knifing through the defense. Down low for Jahmai Felt with the up and under finish.
Beautiful pass by Jordan Mason, but even more impressive reverse finish there by Jahmai Felt.
So here's Deuce Jones. In front of him, the man from Magnolia, Darian Ford. Jones top of the key. Picks up his dribble. Glover Toscano on the right wing. In front of him, Tobiasen. Glover Toscano drives right on the baseline. Left corner now for Deuce Jones. Has it knocked out of bounds by Darian Ford. And that brings us to the first media timeout of the afternoon. Game tied at 5. Neither team finding a way to get the lid off the basket. But we'll see if they can do it in the next timeout. Game tied at 5. 15:11 to play here in the first half at the Xfinity Mobile Center, or Arena. So after the first media timeout, we have a tie ball game, 5 apiece. Points have been a premium here in Philadelphia. 15-11 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, points have definitely been a premium. Expect, you're not playing at your home arena, you're playing at a neutral site. Kind of get a feel for the court.
Yep.
And hopefully scoring will get going.
The depth perception with shooting as Derek Simpson gets it into the left wing for Anthony Finkley checking in for the first time today. Left wing for Deuce Jones now. Jones gets a screen from Finkley. Jones steps back, left wing 3, short off the front rim, rebound to Darian Ford. So here is Ford now, guarded by Jones. Ford drives to the right side, flips up a layup with the left hand. He's fouled, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Ford just drove in there a little hectic, but was lucky to get a call there, and we'll head to the line. It's a ref you suck chance.
Some ref you suck chance from the St. Joe's faithful. So Darian Ford at the line shooting 2, and it's been a big start to the season for Darian so far, leading the Owls in points per game in 16.3. Sometimes you just need a change of scenery for your college career to take off.
Yeah, I mean, Darian Ford is a 4-star recruit out of Magnolia High School, 2-time Gatorade Arkansas Player of the Year, McDonald's All-American nominee, so he could hoop back in the day and kind of trying to find his footing.
As he knocks down the second half of the 2 foul shots, 1 for 2 at the line. Temple leads 6-5. So here's Finkley, left nail. Finkley in front of him, Spencer Mahoney. Finkley dribbles it to the top of the key. Here is Simpson, rather. Finkley left wing. Finkley going to work down low with Mahoney. Finkley spins, looks down low for Williford. He can't finish. The rebound right into the hands of Simpson. Kicks it out left corner for Jones. Back iron it out. Rebound tipped into the hands of Solano. Or Jaden Smith, rather.
Yeah, Jemai felt there with a great block there on that first, and then just decided not to rebound.
So Jaden Smith there on the bucket, 7-6 lead for the Hawks. Driving inside is Mason, kicking it out top of the key. Felt dribbles it off over to Ford. Gets a screen right. Ford drives, right nail, jumps inside, floater's good.
Yeah, good bucket by Darian Ford, using his defender to get the open shot.
So here is Anthony Finkley on the right wing directing traffic. Simpson on the left side inside the 3-point arc. Stops on the left nail. Looks down low for Jaden Smith, who can't finish. So here comes Mason up the right side. Mason gets a screen from Tobiasen. Top of the key for Felt. Felt surveys his options, hits a cutting Aiden Tobiasen, who finishes with the finger roll.
A beautiful cut by Tobiasen, had his defender lost, and a great move to the basket for 2.
So here's Deuce Jones. Jones on the front court left. In front of him, Jordan Mason. Gets a screen from Smith. Here is Williford now. Williford drives right, puts up the right-handed layup, but he is fouled. So he'll head to the line to shoot 2. 4 fouls on Temple already here in the early going.
Little extracurriculars there for a second.
Yeah. A little bit of barking and jawing at each other. Kafik Myers about to check in now for the Hawks. Deuce Jones will take a breather.
Yeah, Williford at the line, the true freshman from Plainfield, New Jersey.
So he misses the front end. Does Austin Williford. He was the 13th best player in Virginia as a senior. It's his first year, obviously, on Hawk Hill.
Struggled last game, only 1 point after 0 for 6 from the field, hit 1 free throw. So he's looking to get back on track here for the Hawks as well.
So here is Williford. And he knocks down the second. So nice to see him on the scoreboard. 10-8 Temple leads with 12:55 to play in the first half. Jones guarding Ford like a glove. Gets a screen right from Ayuba Bryant. Ford, right wing 3, off the dribble, front iron and out. Rebound right into the hands of Williford. So Williford to Myers at the top of the key. Right wing for Deuce Jones. In front of him, Jordan Mason. Jones resetting things for the Hawks offense with a 17-second count on the shot clock. Here's Finkley, right wing. In front of him, Mahoney. Finkley, guarded by Bryant, crosses over to the right now. Top of the key for Myers. Myers has 6 seconds to operate. Left corner now for Jones. Jones drives, left baseline, up and under. The English off the backboard.
Wow, great bucket there by Deuce Jones. A highlight play. Another one here early.
22 seconds on the shot clock now for Temple. 12 minutes flat to play in the first half. Ford goes and gets it at the top of the key. Ford drives left side at the rim. He's bumped as he goes up, so he'll head to the line to shoot 2. We have hit another media timeout here at the X. Temple and St. Joe's still tied. Seems like 5 points every 4 minutes. It's 10-10 here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Welcome back to the Xfinity Mobile Arena. I'll never get used to saying that. It's always going to be
some time.
It's always going to be the Wells Fargo in my heart. 10-10 after the first 8 minutes and 7 seconds of play here at the X. Scoring has been inconsistent. We'll say it that way. St. Joe's 4 of 13 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3. Temple 4 of 10 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of slow offense, kind of getting everything going here. But Darian Ford with a chance to get 2 here at the line and hopefully, motivate Temple a little more here.
See a couple go through.
Yeah.
Darian Ford at the line, shooting 2. Ready to check in for him at the scorer's table is Swish Gilliard. So Ford's first is good. 1 point advantage now for the Owls. Obviously, Steve Donahue talked about his history at Penn, but what you don't know, or what some people might not know, is that he was at Cornell before he was at Penn, and Boston College before Penn too. But when he was at Cornell, he took them to the Sweet 16, and guess who they played in the first round of the NCAA tournament that year? The 5-seeded Temple Owls.
Fun fact of the day.
Yeah, fun fact of the day. Not so fun fact for Temple. As Darian Ford knocks down both, it's a 12-10 advantage for the Owls. Here's Finkley. Top of the key now for Myers. Myers guarded by Griffiths. Myers, right baseline now for Finkley, going to work. Right wing for Myers. A catch and shoot 3, rims out. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Hawks.
Yeah, Tobias and Gilliard are on the same team. I hope that they know that when going for a rebound next time.
So it's out of bounds. Myers ready to inbound it on the right trigger. Myers has to get it in. Lobs it inside for Smith. Smith, top of the key now for Myers. Here's Finkley. Shovels it off over for Williford. Williford has 7 seconds to operate. Here is Finkley. Finkley battling down low with Gilliard. Finkley spins into the lane, puts up a right-handed hook shot. Won't go. Rebound to Smith again. It's pinballed around on the ground. Fighting for it are Smith and Ayuba Bryant. It's a jump ball, and possession arrow favors the Owls.
Yeah, Gilliard holding his own there against the bigger Finkley and forcing the tough shot. And I love seeing them get on the ground for a rebound.
And Temple really struggling with the offensive glass, which is something that they haven't struggled with so far this season. They're 200, my apologies, they have an offensive rebounding rate for their opponents of 26.8.
I was going to say 200 would be a lot.
Yeah, that would be a lot. Temple themselves is 290th in offensive rebounding on the offensive side of the ball. So here's Jordan Mason. He'll walk it up across half court, tries to fire a pass. It's taken away by Jaden Glover. Toscano, who finishes on the half break.
Yeah, you can't pick up your dribble there if you're Mason, and you got to help him if you're his teammate.
So here's Mason, guarded by Myers. Myers all over Jordan Mason, and a foul is called before the half court mark. 10 minutes and 47 seconds to play in the first half here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Getting ready to check back in is Darian Fords. It's unclear as to who he's coming out for. That would be Jordan Mason, who took his time getting off the floor. Ready to inbound it now on the left sideline. On the left hash is Aiden Tobiasen. Ford speeds up court quickly. So here's Gavin Griffiths, left wing for Tobiasen. Top of the key now for Tobiasen. Left wing Griffiths. Griffiths operates towards the right side. Right wing now for Tobiasen. Relocating Griffiths. Griffiths top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Gavin. Griffiths dribbles back to the top of the key, drives left, looks down low for Mo Keita. It's taken away. The ball pinballs into the hands of Jaden Glover Toscano, and here comes Kafik Myers. Looking up for Haskins on the break. He finishes over Gavin Griffiths with the left hand.
Yeah, Griffiths, I think on that offensive play, you got to go up there 100% and look for the bucket there.
So here is Tobiasen. Top of the key, gets a screen from Keita. Looks inside on the right hash. Right corner three for Gilliard, won't go. Offensive rebound to Keita. Keita goes up, has it blocked.
There's an offensive rebound there. You talk about it. It comes from Mo Keita, who's in after Duradola picked up those 2 early fouls. They're testing their other big men.
So ready to inbound it on the left trigger is Darian Ford with 17 seconds on the shot clock. Left corner for Tobiasen. Top of the key for Gilliard. Gilliard shovels it off to Griffiths. Catch and shoot 3. Rolls around and out. Offensive rebound to Gilliard. Gilliard looks down low. Griffiths. One more to Keita. Had it rejected, but some contact on the way up.
Yeah, great ball movement from the Owls, taking advantage of the extra possessions that they keep getting. And Mo Keita thought he was denied, but was some contact. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yep. Some contact on the way up. Adam Fisher was saying that the basket should count. I'm not so sure about that one, Coach Fish. Mo Keita at the line, shooting 2. The first one, a missile off the backboard. Not the guy you want at the line if you're Temple.
No, yeah, 0 for 2 from the line heading into today. See if he can hit his first one of the day here.
The second one, back iron it out. Rebound to Jaden Glover Toscano. So here's Myers, trudges up court. Toscano, now to Myers on the right wing. Here's Jaden Glover Toscano, catch and shoot 3, top of the key is good.
Yeah, St. Joe's starting to get hot. Temple's got to get a bucket if they want to keep up with them.
So here is Tobiasen, crosses half court. Right wing for Griffiths, who was thinking 3, hesitated. Top of the key 3 for Tobiasen now. Right wing and out. Rebound into the hands of Haskins. Up court quickly is Myers on the right wing now. Myers to Ajabo. Top of the key for Myers. Looks down low. Ajabo with the 2-hand slam.
Yeah, St. Joe's went quick. Didn't give Temple a chance to really set their defense. And because of that, Ajabo, only Aiden Tobiasen was down there with a chance to make a stop.
So it's a 7-point advantage for the Hawks. Mid-range jumper on the right side for Tobiasen. Missed everything. Hits off the glass. So here's Myers quickly. Left corner, Glover Toscano, another catch and shoot, a little long. Desir Haskins on the offensive glass. Fires it out to the right wing for Myers, who will slow things down for the Hawks. 8:20 to play in the first half. 10 seconds on the shot clock now for St. Joe's. Here's Ajabo. Right wing now for Williford. Left corner for Myers. Breaking down Griffiths. Puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound to Ajabo. Ajabo. Right wing, Glover Toscano. One more. Top of the key, Williford. You bet.
Yeah, that's all Ajabo there. If you're 7-1 Moqueta, you got to be able to get the board there.
It's a 10-point advantage for St. Joe's. A 10-2 run gives them a 10-point lead. 12-0 run rather. Over the last 2 minutes and 54 seconds, the Guns have gone silent for Temple with 8 minutes to play in the first half. 10-point lead for St. Joe's here at the X. Over halfway through the first half here at the Big Five Classic. Game number 2, Temple and St. Joe's. A 12-0 Joey's run has the Hawks up 10, 22-12 with 8 minutes to play in the first half.
Yeah, Temple just not getting anything to fall right now. 0 for their last 6 and haven't really been able to score in the past 4 minutes basically. So really in need of a bucket here to stop that bleeding.
8 minutes flat to play in the first half. It's been a rough one for Temple offensively. 4 of 15, a hair under 33% from the field. As Jordan Mason will walk it up court for Temple. In front of him, Kafik Myers. Mason crosses half court with 20 seconds on the shot clock. So here's Bryant. Bryant on the left nail. Bryant, left wing now for Ford. Ford drives in. Ford, left wing floater. Got it.
Yeah, Darian Ford has got to be aggressive here and get some buckets here for the Owls.
Their first basket in over 3 minutes for Temple. So here's Derek Simpson directing traffic to Haskins at the top of the key. Just inside the three-point arc, here's Williford. Top of the key, right wing for Myers. Myers on the pick and roll to Ajabo. Looks down low for Haskins. It's Temple basketball.
Yeah, beautiful switch defense there and just transitional defense from Gavin Griffiths. Saw the open cut, went and followed, and Darian Ford right behind him to stop that pass.
So here is Ford to Jordan Mason now on the right sideline. He'll walk it up court. Mason guarded by Myers on the right wing. Mason, Griffiths at the top of the key, shoveled off to Mason at the right wing. Mason operating beyond the three-point arc as a foul is called. It's on Kafik Myers as Deuce Jones will check in. So some really good minutes there from Kafik Myers there, Max.
Yeah, Kafik Myers making an impact on the court. 3 assists already, and now picking up that foul, his first, but big minutes there for him.
Ready to inbound from the left sideline is Jordan Mason. Ford in the left corner just inside the three-point arc. Here's Griffiths on the left wing. Griffiths drives. Left corner for Ford. The pass a little low. Griffiths, top of the key for Bryant. Bryant nearly had it taken away. Here's Mason, guarded by Deuce Jones. 4 seconds. Mason drives. Mason up for the layup is good. So Temple, nice little run for themselves. A 4-0 run. Not quite a 12-0 run.
Not yet.
Not yet. 6:30 to play in the first half. Here's Simpson on the right wing. Simpson, or Williford rather, guarded by Gilliard. Right nail for Williford. Over to Jones on the right wing. Jones gets a screen and moves left. Relocates back right. Steps back on the right wing. Three-pointer won't go. Rebound to Griffiths. So here comes Gavin Griffiths up the right side quickly. Bryant at the top of the key. Bryant drives. Bryant up strong. It's good.
I love seeing that aggressiveness from Ayuba Bryant. It's now his St. Joe's timeout here on this 6-0 Temple run.
Yeah, St. Joe's not feeling so hawked up right now. Nice little run for Temple. 6-0, 22-18. 5:58 to play in the first half. We will keep it here. It's a 30-second timeout. But Max, what'd you see there from the Temple offense that sparked that little mini run?
They're rebounding. They're only giving St. Joe's 1 possession a time. And when you get a stop, get a rebound, you can move, push the ball quickly, get down the court, and get some easy buckets. There were some tough buckets. Jordan Mason with a tough layup there, and Ayuba Bryant right there with that tough bucket as well. But when you're playing aggressive, good things are normally going to happen.
Ayuba Bryant struggled on Monday a little bit. Just not a very confident game from him. So like you said, it's really nice to see him play with that aggression towards the rim. 5:58 to play in the first half. 22-18. It's been a low-scoring affair thus far. 4 fouls for Temple, 5 for St. Joe's as Derek Simpson checks back in for the Hawks. Jaden Smith also in there. Right wing now for Finkley. Finkley. A foul is called away from the ball. It's on Darian Ford.
It's his first.
Just his first foul. It's the 5th foul of the afternoon for the Owls. He's ready to inbound it on the right baseline is Jaden Glover Toscano. So Glover Toscano gets it in to Smith. Top of the key now for the St. John's transfer. Smith sets a screen for Glover Toscano. Toscano looks in the left corner. Anthony Finkley, a catch and shoot 3, won't go. Rebound to Smith. It's blocked by Griffiths.
That wasn't just blocked, that was taken away.
So Griffiths up the floor. Right corner, Darian Ford, catch and shoot. Back rim and out. Rebound to Messiah Gilliard. Left wing now. Griffiths, catch and shoot. Of course. Temple right back in it. A 9-0 run for the Owls.
That was all Gavin Griffiths, that sequence.
Has 2 blocks today. Averages about 2 per game at 1.9. So here's Jones. Jones drives right now. Looks down low. A sweet pass to Derek Simpson on the right baseline, who finishes.
Yeah, Jones doing it all. 5 points and that nice pass there to get the bucket to stop the bleeding for the Hawks.
So here's Jordan Mason. Gets a screen from Ayuba Bryant. Mason top of the key, going to work. Mason drives. Mason on the left block. Top of the key, Griffiths. Griffiths drives on the right block. Here's a right wing 3 for Gilliard. Won't go. Ayuba Bryant's follow-up. He's fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Temple on this run, they're rebounding the ball, especially on the offensive glass. They're getting the line and they're playing aggressive. And Ayuba Bryant now at the line with a chance to make it a 1-point game here, which is huge for the Owls.
So UB has really struggled from the foul line this season. His first won't go. Yeah, he's shooting 0%. Or sorry, he's shooting 37%, 37.5%. That's on the threes.
Might as well be 0.
Yeah, might as well be 0. So that number takes a hit there after the first foul shot. Still 24-21. 4:36 to play in the first half.
Oh my
and the
goodness.
second foul shot hit the top of the backboard and the rim 3 times and somehow still drops. Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah, man, I hate to say this in this building, but that was Kawhi-like.
Rude.
It hurts me. It hurts my soul to say
So
that.
here's Ajabo rather. Right wing, top of the key, Finkley. Left wing for Glover Toscano. Glover Toscano operates beyond the arc. Here's Simpson on the left baseline. Kicks it back out, Finkley. Top of the key, Glover Toscano with 3. Back rim and in. That's his second 3 of the day. 2 of 4. Here's Mason on the right block, and he throws it away to the middle of the floor to absolutely nobody. Here's Deuce Jones quickly the other way, has it knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, great recovery there by Darian Ford. Not giving up an easy layup, swiping it down, even though it stays St. Joe's ball.
If 27-22, Temple fighting back into this game with 3:58 to play in the first half here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. We'll take a break here on WHIP Sports Radio. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the X at the Under 4 Media timeout. 3:58 to play. Temple down 5 to St. Joe's. They've come flying in thanks to a 12-0 St. Joe's run.
Yeah, this Temple team now needs to use this momentum and finish out this first half strong. But on the other end, St. Joe's has to get back to what was working so well for them, that pressure. Even though we talked about it at the beginning, Temple doesn't turn the ball over much, but that pressure was working for them. So I should expect to see them go back to that.
So it is St. Joe's basketball. 26 seconds on the shot clock for the Hawks. As they're mopping the floor here. Don't want anybody to get hurt and slip. So ready to inbound on the right trigger is Derek Simpson. Simpson lobs it up to a cutting Jaden Glover Toscano, who tried to hammer it in with the right hand. Instead, it goes flying out of bounds, and it's Temple ball.
That would have been some highlight play, but a bold choice there from the St. Joe's Hawks out of the timeout.
So here is Aiden Tobias in front of him. Jaden Glover Toscano, the St. John's transfer. Tobiasen surveying his options. Not a lot of off-ball movement for Temple. Top of the key for Ford. Ford shovels it off, crosses over at the left wing. He dribbles it off of the foot of Deuce Jones, and it goes out of bounds. Just not enough ball movement for this offense, Max.
Not at all. A lot of stagnant, just standing still there, waiting for something to develop, and nothing's going to develop if you don't move.
Ready to inbound on the left sideline is Tobiasen. Quickly back to Tobiasen on the right wing. Tobiasen. Here's Griffiths at the top of the key. Tobiasen. Griffiths, top of the key. Catch and shoot 3 is short. Rebound in the hands of Tobiasen. Tobiasen, hop step inside. Ajabo says no. Left wing for Ford now. Ford a deep 3. Front rim it out right into the hands of Ajabo. Third block of the game for Ajabo. Right corner now for Simpson. Simpson for Finkley. Finkley on the right wing. Top of the key now. Finkley shovels it off to Deuce Jones at the top of the key. Jones fakes the handoff to Simpson. Now over to Glover Toscano on the right wing. Screen coming from Ajabo. He rejects it. 3 seconds for Glover Toscano. Step back three. Banks off the rim and right into the hands of Darian Ford. Ford quickly up court. Left wing for Griffiths. Griffiths pumps. Right corner wide open. Gilliard three. Back iron and out, but rebound into the hands of Aiden Tobiasen. So left wing now for Ford. Ford crosses over, spins into the lane on the left block, looks inside, Duradola can't hold on to it. Gilliard, mid-range jumper, back iron and out. Rebound to Ajabo. St. Joe's will slow things down after a frantic sequence.
Yeah, plenty of opportunities there for the Owls, but just could not get any of their shots to fall.
So here is Glover Toscano now for Deuce Jones. In front of him, it is Gilliard. Jones looks inside, down low. Ajabo is fouled on the way up by Gavin Griffiths.
Yeah, Griffiths, I thought he got all ball, but got a little bit of Ajabo there. But sending a 55% free throw shooter to the line is never a terrible thing.
And checking in for the Owls is the true freshman, Cam Wallace. You're a big fan of Cam Wallace. You really love his game, Max.
Yeah, I like Cam Wallace. I mean, the true freshman went to Westtown, so not too far from here, about 45 minutes west. I love seeing him get an opportunity with A.J. Smith out today.
Yeah, A.J. Smith in street clothes. No word on what his injury is just yet, or whether it's an injury at all. But Ajabo knocks down the first. He only shoots about 1.3 foul shots per game, so he's making less than one per game. So Temple has the right guy at the line as Ajabo knocks down both. So it is a 7-point advantage for St. Joe's over Temple, 29-22.
Yeah, big 2 minutes here for the Owls.
So here's Cam Wallace. It was just last year that Aiden Tobiasen, as a true freshman, made a big first impact. Gavin Griffiths, a right wing three, is good.
Huge here from Griffiths, given 9 points early.
Griffiths, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. A good start for Goggle Gav. Top of the key, Ajabo. Now for Deuce Jones. Jones drives at the foul line. On the right now. Looks down low, looking for Haskins. The pass tipped it in the hands of Griffiths. Griffiths up court now for Temple. Darian Ford walks it over to the top of the key. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Owls. A 4-point game. St. Joe's leads. Griffiths, heat check, deep, top of the key, three. Right iron and out. So here's Deuce Jones.
Yeah, that one was from North Philly.
So here's Haskins working on the left block. Down low on Darian Ford. Couldn't go. Second chance opportunity for Haskins is good. Lead up to 6 now. So here is Ford. Top of the key for Baba Duradola. Left wing Tobiasen, catch and shoot. Front rim and out. Rebound to the hands of Deuce Jones. And Steve Donahue telling Deuce to slow it down as he walks up the floor.
Yeah, Tobiasen struggling to get really anything to fall here.
About 10 seconds separating the shot and game clock. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Deuce Jones left wing. Screen right, Ajabo. Jones a three. Rolls around and out. And a foul is called on the floor.
I don't know about that one.
It's on Baba Duradola, his third.
I was just about to compliment how he boxed out his defender there, but I guess a little too much, but I thought it was a great rebounding technique from Baba to get the defensive rebound, but nonetheless, it'll send Ajabo to the line, and Baba will probably head back to the bench.
Likely won't see him for a while today as Ayuba Bryant checks in. So Ajabo at the line, shooting 2. We're shooting a 1-and-1 as he knocks down the front end.
Shooter's touch.
I guess. Is that what they're calling it with him?
No.
32-25. And Ajabo at the line. He's 3 for 3 so far. Can he make it 4 for 4? Yes, he can. He rattles it in. Gavin Griffiths will check out for Jordan Mason, or Cam Wallace, rather. So Tobiasen ready to inbound it for Temple with 18.1 seconds to play in the first half. So here's Mason. St. Joe's retreating out of their pressure. Mason with 10 seconds on the game clock. Drives to the right. Mason has to do something with it. 5 seconds now. Mason right baseline. Skip pass forward. Left wing three. Front rim and out. Rebound won't go. And that ends the first half. An up and down half of basketball for both teams there in the first frame. Max, your thoughts of the first 20 minutes?
Yeah, in terms of the Owls, started off slow, got hot for a little, and ended that first half 1 for their last 10 in terms of field goals. St. Joe's just being the stronger, more physical team down low, getting to the line and playing well defensively. But what I like from the Owls is the aggressiveness of Gavin Griffiths. 3 3-pointers, 9 points, leading the way for the Owls. Leading the way, actually, in terms of the highest score of the game so far. But I need to see just more aggressiveness from guys like Aiden Tobias. And I understand, you're 1 for 6 from the field right now, but don't let that affect you. You are, the guy for a reason, and he needs to be aggressive, and we need more scoring help the Owls need more scoring help from him in the second half.
Yeah, for St. Joe's, it's been all about Jaden Glover, Toscano, and Justice Ajabo. For them, they've combined for 14 of St. Joe's 33 points. But we will take a quick break here on WHIP Sports Radio. We'll see you in about 10 minutes here at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Half action, just a few minutes from tipping off here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Pat Dallahan, Max Blakelock, thanks for jumping in with us today. St. Joe's leads Temple 33-25 after the first 20 minutes of play. Max, your thoughts? We'll start with Temple. What went well for them and what didn't go so well for them?
Yeah, well, it came in spurts, right? You started off not so well because of the amount of rebounds that you are allowing, and then you kind of get some stops on the defensive end, give St. Joe's only one possession instead of two, and then you start offensive rebounding, giving yourself second chance opportunities and getting some buckets down on the other end and playing with pace and aggressiveness. And they need to do that if they want to come out here with a victory, because they stopped doing that, and St. Joe's went on a little bit of a run to end the first half, and that's why St. Joe's is up right now.
Yeah, this is game 2 of 3 here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, and the crowd has been, I won't say disappointing, I would say depressing, I would say
the crowd
upsetting.
There's a lot of words you could use to describe it, both on and off the air.
And what should be an intense rivalry game has become a snooze fest here on an ocean of empty seats. But nonetheless, it's not my job to comment on that.
No, and it'll probably be a great end to this game, and it's it's a shame that the arena is so empty.
That's all we could ask for. Let's move over to St. Joe's. Obviously a 12-0 run there in the middle of the first half, but they kind of cooled off after that. So what went wrong for them in the final minutes of the first half?
For St. Joe's?
Yes.
I mean, I think, the way that they were playing on the defensive end is really where it started for them. You got forced a few turnovers. You were rebounding the ball. I mean, Ajaba stands out to me specifically. He's got 3 blocks in this first half. He had 4 in their loss against Penn at the Palestra earlier in the year. And he has 3 in the first half is insane. But it starts with him because he's also scoring the ball. He's got 6. He's got 5 rebounds, so he's really doing it all for them. And Temple's big men are struggling to defend him, whether it's Duradola or Jemai Feltz. We saw Mokita for a little. We saw Ayuba Bryant. So Adam Fisher throwing anything he can at the big man for St. Joe's.
And they're forcing a non-decision maker to be a decision maker, something we've seen Temple do in the past. And the offensive woes for Temple continue. Only 18% from the three-point arc and only 6 assists. And this is a team that struggled under Adam Fisher since its arrival when it comes to passing the ball. 281st in the nation in assists for over three-pointers made, and they are 288th in assist rate in college basketball.
Yeah, and it was something that was kind of talked about, but we haven't seen much of it yet. But it seemed to be a point of emphasis for Adam Fisher and his staff.
So here is Deuce Jones, left wing, shovels it off to Glover Toscano. Top of the key now for Ajaba. Ajaba, right wing for Simpson, down low on the right block for Haskins. Backing down Griffiths. Haskins kicks it out to Simpson, a catch-and-shoot 3. Left rim and out into the hands of Griffiths. Ford whips it up quickly now to Mason on the left wing. Gets a screen left from Jemai Felt. Mason in the mid-range. Floater won't go. Rebound tipped to Jordan Mason, who keeps it in bounds in the left corner. Tobiasen drives. Kicks it back into the right corner now for Mason. Mason down low, Felt. Felt up strong, and he's fouled.
Second chance opportunities. Mason missed the bucket, but hustled and got his own. It gave Temple another chance.
So at the line is Jemai Felt, shooting 68% from the foul line this year. Again, something that Temple has struggled with under Adam Fisher has been foul shooting. They've really found their way. They get a ton of their points from the foul line as Felt knocks down the first. 24% of their points, just under a quarter of their points, come from the charity stripe. That's good for 32nd in the nation. So this is a team that gets to the foul line incredibly easily. Felt misses the back end, but the offensive rebound falls into the hand of Tobiasen. Left corner 3 for Aiden Tobiasen. Back iron and out. Rebound to Simpson. Up quickly is Simpson. Simpson into the lane. Right-handed layup won't go. The follow-up from Desir Haskins is in.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness from Tobiasen. I know it didn't fall, but that's something that I talked about to end the first half, even though he is struggling from the field.
So 35-26, a 9-point advantage for the Hawks. Griffiths looking for something off the ball. Mason at the top of the key now. Mason drives on the right block, lobs it inside to Felt. Felt, hook shot with the inside hand on the left side, won't go. That's 4 blocks for Ajabo. And here comes Haskins. Slips as he drives, and he fires into the hands of Jordan Mason. Here's Tobiasen inside. Ajabo blocks it right after it hits the backboard. It's a goaltending, but still an incredibly effective visual technique for him on defense.
Definitely effective. We'll see if they give that last block to Ajabo. I couldn't really tell exactly if he blocked it or if Tobiasen just lost it, but great defensive presence nonetheless.
So here is Deuce Jones walking it up, a 7-point lead for the Hawks. Glover Toscano shovels it over on the left wing for Jones. Jones, top of the key, skip pass back to the left corner for Simpson, the runner on the baseline. Really pretty.
Yeah, he had to go high over Jemai Felt there and was able to get it done.
So here's Mason, putting it on the deck in front of him. It's Deuce Jones. Tobiasen now just inside the 3-point arc. Here's Felt at the top of the key inside the arc. Mason looping around, right nail jumper, back iron and out, rebound to Ajabo. And here come the Hawks. Simpson on the right wing. Jones at the top of the key. Jones looks over on the right wing now for Glover Toscano. Glover Toscano rejects the screen from Ajabo. Toscano drives, spins at the foul line. His mid-range won't go. Rebound to Simpson. Simpson on the right baseline. Down low. Haskins can't finish. Lots of contact. No fouls. Here's Griffiths up court quickly. Griffiths behind the back loses his footing. Turned over right into the hands of Deuce Jones. Jones a deep 3 in transition. Right rim and out. Haskins on the offensive glass. Haskins inside. Banging bodies with Felt. Rebound to Felt. So here is Tobiasen up the left sideline, slowly taking his time. Tobiasen, right wing for Ford. Ford drives. Ford inside, spins, and it's a blocking foul. Will they count it? Continuation was added into the NCAA this year.
Not going to count this one, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, the bucket will not count as Baba Duradola checks in for Temple. He has 3 fouls, so that's something to keep an eye on.
2 left.
Yeah, as Justice Ajabo hits the bench, Anthony Finkley and Austin Williford check in for the Hawks.
Hawks foul is on number 2, Deuce Jones. That'll be his second.
So it's Deuce Jones' second foul on the blocking call. Jalen Smith also in the game. So here's Aiden Tobiasen on the right wing. Here's a wide open 3 for Darian Ford on the right baseline, or the right sideline, is good. A foul happened off the ball after the shot. We'll wait to see if the bucket counts.
It'll be on St. Joe's.
It is. The foul is on St. Joe's, and the bucket does count for Temple. So 3 fouls already for St. Joe's, not even 4 minutes into the second half. And Temple has the opportunity to get a 2-for-1. So here's Griffiths. Left nail for Duradola. Right wing for Tobiasen. Tobiasen knifes inside. Left corner for Ford. Ford spins. Backing down Simpson. Ford gets inside. Layup off the backboard. Won't go. And a foul is called as Baba Duradola went up for the offensive rebound finish.
Yeah, he got smacked there. Able to send him to the line. It's good for Baba. He's had a great few minutes here coming back in the second half after struggling in the first half.
So that's 4 fouls, not even 4 minutes into the second half for St. Joe's, as Baba Duradola at the line shooting a pair. His first is good, back iron and in. So Justice Ajaba right back into the game for Jaden Smith. 37-32, Duradola shooting his second of 2, and he knocks down the second. So it's a 4-point advantage for St. Joe's. Temple cutting right back into it. So here's Simpson, top of the key for Finkley, just inside of the 3-point arc. A really nice cut for Simpson, down low looking for Ajabo. It hits right off of his hands. and it's out of bounds. It's Temple basketball.
Yeah, great cut, great pass, and then great way to slide over if you're Baba there and force St. Joe's to try to do a little too much there to get a bucket and cause a turnover.
So here's Darian Ford, crosses half court to Aiden Tobiasen, who has it on the left wing. Tobiasen shovels it off, has it at the top of the key now. Tobiasen, right wing, dribbling the air out of the ball. Top of the key for Darian Ford. Screen left from Duradola. Ford looks inside, and that's foul number 4 on Baba Duradola.
Yeah, I'd have to take another look at this, but Baba with the moving screen, as they called it, which is his 4th, which will probably sit him for at least the next 10 minutes.
Even 12 minutes.
Yeah.
But we will take a break here on WHIP Sports Radio. It's a 4-point advantage for St. Joe's, 37-33, 15:55 to play in the game. Welcome back to the X 37-33 lead for St. Joe's over Temple. 15:55 to play in the ball game. 4 fouls for Baba Duradola. We won't see him for a while as Kafik Myers walks it up court for St. Joe's. On the right wing is Myers. Gets a screen from Ajaba. Top of the key, Myers. Myers still dribbling. Looks over for Anthony Finkley. It's tipped out of bounds. Right off of the hands of Finkley. Gavin Griffiths got his hands on it.
Yeah, the lengthy grab. Gavin Griffiths coming through yet again.
So Tobiasen ready to inbound it on the left hash, on the left sideline. So Tobiasen over to Jordan Mason. Mason in front of him, Myers. Mason, top of the key, Bryant. Shovels it off for Darian Ford. Ayuba Bryant was thinking about the long jumper there on the right wing. Thank goodness he didn't shoot it. Here's Griffiths, wide open, right wing 3. Bang!
That's why he doesn't shoot that. I got scared for a second, but Gavin Griffiths, his 4th triple of the day.
The St. Joe's lead is cut down to 1. So LeBron Frames making a big impact here. Deuce Jones, top of the key. Over to Williford, his catch and shoot 3, rolls around and out. Rebound to Gavin Griffiths. Here's Darian Ford. Ford drives on the left side, floater, friendly bouncing in, and the Owls take the lead for the first time since 3-0.
Yeah, 10-0 run for the Owls. Big time, exactly what they needed.
So here's Myers. And a foul off the ball. Darian Ford and Deuce Jones got tangled up. They'll get Ford.
You're going to review it, though, it looks like.
So they will take a look at the foul. The referee's discussing around midcourt. 14:42 to play in the ballgame. Temple takes the lead. It's 38-37. The foul is on Darian Ford. So that's just the first foul of the half for Temple. The referees seemingly are taking a look.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a look here, but Temple, huge run here, which is key.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, St. Joe's 3 turnovers in their last 3 minutes and 28 seconds, which is key to their, now trailing here.
So here you could see one of the plays. That's Gavin Griffith's recent three-pointer. 38-37 the score, but yeah, we're looking on the monitors right now that are right here in the press box with us to see if we can see that play again, that foul call again. To me, it looks like there's no ill intent. It looks like they, it's like 2 Longhorns. They just got tangled up. That's all that happens.
Fighting through a screen, like it's going to be physical, right? So you got to be prepared for that. And yes, sure, there was a foul, but I don't think there was any ill intention there out of Darian Ford.
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough to warrant a review, let alone a flagrant foul, as we will have another look.
Yeah, again,
pretty harmless. Pretty harmless play.
A little bit high, but you can't blame him for his height.
Nope. Nope. You sure can. The referee still huddled around the scorers table. 14:42 to play in the ballgame.
Yeah, it'll be Ford's second. So
the referee's still more discussion.
Yeah, not too much to worry about yet, but something to keep an eye on.
But not enough contact in my professional opinion. Not enough contact to warrant a flagrant foul or even the review. So the referee's taking a long time to have this discussion.
If we're missing something, but they're off the video monitor and huddled up talking to themselves now. But yeah, I didn't see enough to be a flagrant at all.
Kevin Willard in the building for Villanova, watching on as the referees review, as everybody watches college basketball for, the referees. So the referees the PA announcer getting an explanation from the referees. An announcement is imminent on what the result of the play was and what the foul is. Oh, it's on Deuce Jones, the foul.
We were looking at the wrong thing.
We were looking at the wrong guy. I was going to say, there was a little bit of contact there from Deuce Jones' part. So Darian Ford at the line.
I wonder if I'm sure we'll get a replay here in the building as Ford hits the foul shot. But I wonder if Jones initiated the contact and kind of yanked Ford with him that called that foul.
That's a really good point. It's a really good point. And it's now 40-37 Temple leads, and they also take over possession of the basketball. So Tobiasen gets it into Jordan Mason after the flagrant foul. Fred McCaffrey also in the building. So the 2 championship game coaches ready to square off. Formerly in the Big Ten, now in the Big 5 as Jordan Mason is fouled on the perimeter. That's 6 fouls already for St. Joe's in the second half, and we're not even 6 minutes into the half.
Yeah, it's been a slow start to the second half due to these whistles.
So checking in now is Jaden Glover Toscano. Derek Simpson also coming in. Deuce Jones and Kafik Myers will hit the bench. So Tobiasen gets it into Jordan Mason. Mason fakes the handoff. Here's Griffiths. Griffiths top of the key now for Tobiasen. Tobiasen moves to his right, now on the right wing. Right wing for Mason. Mason dribbles to the left on the left block. Top of the key, Ford catch and fire. Front rim and out, rebound to the hands of Ajaba. So here comes St. Joe's the other way. The Hawks flying downhill in transition. Simpson slows it down. Looks on the right wing for Finkley. The pass went over his head. He was able to keep it in. Right corner on the right baseline now. Finkley looking over in the middle of the pass. Aaron right into the hands of Austin Williford, and he loses it on the way up, but a foul is called.
That was a messy possession.
So it's on Aiden Tobias and the foul. That was a messy sequence there, Max.
There were so many opportunities where you'd think it was going to be a quick, easy bucket and somebody would just get their hands on it. Jordan Mason tried to tap the ball ahead to Tobiasen, but unable to do so. And St. Joe's now at the line, a chance to make it a one-point game.
So Williford at the line, shooting 2. And he knocks down the first, so it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, Williford, great free throw shooter at just under 85%.
So here is the back end. He knocks down both. It's a 1-point game. So Tobiasen ready to inbound. Has to get it in. Tobiasen's got to get it in. Nearly 5 seconds. The St. Joe's bench hollering for it. So Tobiasen crosses half court, picks up his dribble in the coffin corner, has it knocked away. Able to get it over to Darian Ford. Ford on the right wing. Loses his dribble, sloppy basketball. Ford is fouled as he tried to send it away. Steve Donahue is incensed.
Yeah, it took the words right out of my mouth. Donahue was not happy with that call after some great trap defense there from St. Joe's, but reached in just a little too much there. And now, because of all the fouls we've seen in the second half, it's a 1-and-1 here for Darian Ford.
Yes, 7 fouls for St. Joe's to Temple's 2. I'm sure there will be comments made about that, both online and at the press conference. Ford's front end of the 1-and-1 is good. That's 14 or 15 points for Darian Ford on the day. With another make, he'll be right around his season average of 16. And he knocks down the second. 16 points, a big day for Darian Ford on the afternoon. So here's Simpson. Top of the key for Finkley. In front of him, it's Griffiths. Williford drives inside on the right block. Has it blocked by Griffiths.
Blocked by Frames.
So here is Bryant. Bryant drives on Finkley. His finish is good. You be getting busy. Right to the Baja. Top of the key now for Simpson. Simpson drives on Mason, and he bumped him. Ayuba Bryant, coast-to-coast radio there.
That was kind of, the second aggressiveness, a second time we've seen the aggressiveness from Ayuba Bryant heading to the basket and able to get both of them to fall. This one was huge, though, as St. Joe's hasn't scored a field goal in their last 5 minutes.
3 blocks on the afternoon for Gavin Griffiths. How about that?
Yeah.
13.
Sorry, I was going to say Ajabar. Watch out for Gavin Griffiths.
Right. Here's Simpson on the left wing. 12:50 to play in the game. Simpson drives on Griffiths. Stops at the foul line. Right wing, Glover Toscano. A catch and shoot 3. He knocks it down again.
Yeah, Glover Toscano, great pass fake. Got 2 Temple defenders to move to open up his shot there and nailed it.
So here's Ford. Top of the key, Bryant. Darian Ford drives to the left block. Ford, left-handed layup, won't go. And a foul. No foul on the play, rather. It's knocked out of bounds, although Ayuba Bryant did bump someone on the way up on the offensive rebound chance. Swish Gilliard checks in for Jordan Mason with 12:31 to play in the ballgame.
They did call a foul there.
Oh, they did call a foul, so it is on Ayuba Bryant.
Yeah, I was going to say there was some contact there.
Yeah, certainly. Here's Glover Toscano. Working to the top of the key now for Williford, guarded by Gilliard. Williford puts the ball on the deck, doubled through the legs move. Here's Williford on the right block, lobs it back up to front court right for Glover Toscano. He's knocked down 3 threes. Toscano steps back, has it knocked away by Tobiasen. Steve Donahue incensed again. Not loving what he sees. Bryant slows it down after a quick burst. Here's Griffiths on the left wing. Griffiths, right wing for Tobiasen, able to keep it in. Griffiths now for Ford, just in front of half court. Ford uses the screen from Bryant, knifes inside. Right wing, pump fake, Griffiths a 3. Front rim and out. Rebound to Ajagbo, and here come the Hawks. Williford To Ajabo at the top of the key. Simpson now. Simpson drives on Gilliard. Simpson, the left-handed layup, won't go. Rebound to Glover Toscano. So here's Finkley. 15 seconds on the shot clock for the Hawks. Finkley atop of the key three. He got it. St. Joe's retakes the lead.
Yeah, while Finkley did hit that three, I'm giving the credit there to Glover Toscano, getting the second chance and kind of doing it all for St. Joe's right now.
Quickly moves Temple up the other way. Ford thinking three on the left wing. Left corner three for Gilliard. Rolls around and out.
Temple can't panic now that they're down one. Stick to what you've been doing that's been working.
Simpson drives to the foul line. Top of the key for Finkley, who was thinking three. Donahue directing traffic on offense. Here's Simpson now. Simpson guarded by Gavin Griffiths. Two former Rutgers Scarlet Knights going at it. Here's Finkley, a left wing three. Bam!
A deep three there from Finkley, the Roman Catholic alum.
And Ford has it poked away right around half court. It's a 4-point advantage for St. Joe's, 10:20 to play in the ballgame. 48-44, Joe's lead. Here's Ford. Ford drives inside. He was mauled on the way up, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. But not before the under 12 media timeout here with 10 minutes to play. A lot of free-flowing basketball here in South Philadelphia. St. Joe's leads it by 4, 48-44, 10-17 to play in the game. .10-17 to play in the game here at the X. 48-44 the score here in the second half. Pat Dallahan, Max Blakelock, thanks for joining us here today for game number 2 of the Big 5 Classic triple header here in South Philly.
Yeah, good one. Good one so far, but a game of runs, and now it's St. Joe's that's on this run. 9-0 run here. Up 4 with about 10 to play, so we'll see if Temple can answer that.
At 10-17 to play, you're right, it has been a game of runs. 12-0 run for St. Joe's, then a 12-0 run for Temple, and now a 9-0 run for St. Joe's. Darian Ford at the line, shooting a pair coming out of the under 12 media timeout.
Darian Ford at the line, shooting 2.
So Ford's first, rolls around and in. St. Joe's 8 team fouls in this half alone. 2 more and Temple was in the double bonus. He knocks down the second. Deuce Jones checks back in. For St. Joe's, Austin Williford will hit the pine. So Simpson will walk it up with 10 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the game. Simpson top of the key. Temple showing a zone look at St. Joe's. Finkley down low. A lot of contact from Jemai Felt. So the foul is called, and Finkley will go to the line to shoot 2. This game has come to a grinding halt.
Yeah, and that's Felt's third foul, so something else to keep an eye on. Big men in foul trouble.
Yeah, for Temple, Baba Duradola with 4 fouls. Ayuba Bryant with only 1. But Baba Duradola obviously having to be on the bench for the majority of this game for Adam Fisher and company. That's not really a great thing. As Finkley knocks down both, it's 50-46 now. As Finkley will hit the bench. Checking back in is Desir Haskins. So here's Ford. Ford taking his time, crosses over on Deuce Jones. Ford, guarded by Jones right in front of half court. Ford has it poked away. Jones up in the fast break. Jones drives, has it blocked. Toscano couldn't finish the follow-up, and Temple gets away with one.
Jemai Felt with a hustle back for that block.
A crazy sequence. Here's Griffiths at the foul line. Griffiths on the left block for Felt. Felt, the pass taken away by Simpson, and here comes St. Joe's again. Jones drives, can't finish again, but this time a foul is called on Gavin Griffiths, and he is not very pleased.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely thought there was a little bit of contact, but Gavin Griffiths does not think so.
No.
Deuce Jones at the line, shooting 2.
So we'll have another look on the monitor behind us. Just a little bit of contact. So Jones at the line, shooting 2. His first is good. Lead is up to 5. (51-46) lead for St. Joe's. Jones knocks down the second. And Austin Williford checks back in for Jaden Glover Toscano. So here is Tobias, and he inbounds it into the right corner for Darian Ford. Tobiasen will walk it up slowly now. Double coming. Tobiasen has to fire it across the court. Griffiths keeps it in bounds and finds Jemai Felt in the middle for the slam.
I don't know if Griffiths meant to do that. Looked like he was just saving it, but it put it right on the money for Felt. Right down the gut for the slam.
52-48 the score now. Here's Smith. Shovels it off to Jones at the top of the key on the left wing now. Jones, right wing for Williford. Smith at the top of the key. Now Simpson, left wing, his 3, back iron. Rebound to Tobiasen.
Big rebound there from Aiden Tobiasen, his 6th rebound of the day, even though he's not scoring, still making an impact on the game.
Here's Mason into the lane. Darian Ford, a left wing. 3 is good. And Temple just won't go away. The Owls never say die here in South Philadelphia. 8:37 to play in the game. It's a 1-point contest. St. Joe's leads Temple 52-51 here in South Philly. We'll be right back after a quick break here at the X. Welcome back to the X. Just 30 seconds away from another media timeout here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, but a quick timeout was used there by Temple, or by St. Joe's rather. Yeah, there you go. 52-51. St. Joe's leads it. In what has been a wild game so far. Derek Simpson walks it up court for the Hawks. Glover Toscano, top of the key, left wing Finkley. Finkley guarded by Griffiths. Griffiths facing up with Finkley now on the left block. Finkley top of the key for Smith. Here's Jones. Jones drives and spins around at the foul line. Looping around off the ball is Finkley on the left wing. Left corner now for Simpson. Right corner now, Glover Toscano. His three way too long, and a foul is called off the ball as Ayuba Bryant hits the deck.
Yeah, I believe they're calling it on Jaden Smith.
Correct. Jaden Smith there in on the foul. Justice Ajaba checks right back in.
Yeah, that was Smith's fourth in his 9 minutes of play.
It's not great.
No, not necessarily what you want there.
So Ayuba Bryant at the line shooting a 1-and-1. One more foul. St. Joe's, or Temple rather, is in the double bonus.
That is the positive of that foul, though. You send Bryant to the line.
And he misses the front end of the 1-and-1, so St. Joe's will resume play. Simpson now to Finkley. Finkley drives on the right block. A lot of contact, and they get Ayuba Bryant just his second foul of the afternoon.
Yeah, Finkley going to the basket there with some aggression and pays off as he heads to the line to shoot two. The Roman Catholic native that we mentioned.
And Baba Duradola about to check back in with 4 fouls with 8 minutes to play in the second half. A questionable decision there from Adam Fisher.
Yeah, I mean, I understand you want to give, Bryant a break. And, he's the guy, but they put a lot of trust in him, that's for sure.
I'm going to make a prediction here. Pat Stradamus, I think they're going to go right at Baba Duradola their next time on offense. Try to get him out of guarding position.
I'd probably agree with you there.
So here's Jordan Mason. Mason up floor for Temple. He crosses half court with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Duradola at the top of the key. Here is Ford. Ford knifes inside on the left block. Ford picked up his dribble, has to do something with it. Steps through and finishes with the left hand.
Amazing move from Ford, making something out of nothing there.
So here is Finkley. Top of the key now for Simpson. Simpson for Jones. Quickly back to Simpson on the left wing. Simpson, left wing now for Finkley. Finkley drives on the left baseline, spins into the lane, looks for Ajabo. Ajabo up strong, and a foul is called. We'll see on who.
Well,
if it's on Griffiths, that's his third.
I think it's going to be on Baba.
If it's on Duradola, that's his fifth, and he is done for the day.
Let's see if we find out. It is going to be on Duradola.
So it's on Baba Duradola, his fifth foul of the day.
Something else to keep an eye on, though. St. Joe's, Deuce Jones has 4 fouls himself, so he's one away from being sent off this one as well. So we'll see if Temple stays aggressive on the offensive end and attacks him.
Yep, we'll find out if they do just that right after this break. A quick break here on WHIP Sports Radio. 7 minutes, 17 seconds to play in the ball game. It's a 1-point game. 7 minutes, 17 seconds to play in the ball game here at the X. St. Joe's leads Temple by 1, 54-53, in what has been a back and forth affair.
Justice Ajabal at the line, shooting 2.
So Ajabo at the line, shooting 2. His first rolls around and in.
Yeah, Ajaba not known for his scoring, but is doing just that today with 7 points so far.
And the second is good. So Ajabor really making everything at the foul line today. 6 for 6. Pretty impressive. 56-53 the score. 7:10 to play in the game. So here's Mason. Ayuba Bryant directing traffic off ball. Right wing Mason. Top of the key now for Griffiths. Over to Tobias in front court left. Tobiasen uses the screen. Now drives on the right block. Has it blocked on the way up. And Bryant couldn't follow up. So here is Simpson. Simpson surveying his options in no particular rush. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Now Simpson goes. Drives to the right now. Looks down low for Ajabor on Griffiths. Ajabor's floater is good. The bump shoulder fade, a pretty move.
Maybe shooter's touch was the way to describe it earlier.
I guess. I'll put that hand up. I was wrong. 58-53 the score. 6:20 to play in the game now. Here's Bryant to Griffiths. Griffiths, top of the key, was thinking 3, instead dumps it back off to Mason. Mason gets a screen from Bryant. Mason drives on the left block. Foul line now for Bryant. Spins to his left. His float shot is good. So the spin, the bump shoulder fade again there. This time over the best shot blocker in the region.
Yeah, Bryant now with 7. He's having a nice scoring day today, picking up the slack for Tobiasen and Mason.
So here's Simpson. Simpson steps back on Mason. Left wing, Finkley's 3. Misses everything. It's kept alive by Glover Toscano right into the hands of Tobiasen. Tobiasen up quickly. Tobiasen finishes at the rim with the contact. Adam Fisher is loving it.
Yeah, he is pumped up. And this is exactly what you need from Aiden Tobiasen. Struggling today, 3 for 10 from the field, but going and getting a bucket and the foul when it matters. You definitely need those points because, you know, you're a 15 point per game scorer, and you got 6 so far today.
So the tie of the game, it's good. 58 apiece, or 59-58 rather, Temple takes the lead. So Jones dumps it off to Simpson. 5:20 to play in the game. Here's Finkley at the top of the key. In front of him, it's Griffiths. Jones drives. Jones gets Griffiths in the air. Has it rejected. Do not go in there. 7 seconds for St. Joe's now. Here's Simpson. In front of him, Mason. Simpson drives to the left nail. Spins. Jones puts up a 3. He travels. Gavin Griffiths.
5 blocks for Gavin Griffiths today.
Big time game from Goggle Gav. 8 blocks as a team for Temple. So here's Mason. Gets a screen from Bryant. Mason drives. Mason floater off the backboard and in.
Yeah, Jordan Mason and Aiden Tobiasen coming up down the stretch after struggling to score is so key for this Temple team.
I was right earlier. The scoreboard is on. Temple now takes the lead. So here's Simpson, top of the key. Crab dribble on Tobiasen, and a foul is called before the shot. That would be foul number 7.
Yeah, Simpson just got Tobiasen there on his back and used that to his advantage. A smart basketball play.
There's not much better from like a guard standpoint from watching like a really nice crab dribble on the drive. Some substitutions being made for St. Joe's. Jaden Glover, Toscano, and Anthony Finkley will check out. Desir Haskins and Austin Williford will check in. So Simpson at the line shooting a 1-and-1. And he knocks down the first.
Yeah, Simpson, team's best free throw shooter at 93%.
So exactly who you'd want at the line in this situation.
Yes.
St. Joe's. Simpson knocked down the first. Here is the second. Rattles it in. Tied at 60, 4:37 to play in the game. So Mason takes his sweet old time bringing it up court. 20 seconds on the shot clock now for the Owls. Top of the key for Griffiths. Griffiths to Bryant. Bryant drives. Bryant hangs in the air, can't finish. And a lot of contact there after the rebound. Hitting the deck is Williford. Austin Williford and Ayuba Bryant got tied up. So not a great foul there, about 90 feet away from the basket.
Temple foul is on number 2, Ayuba Bryant.
So that's on Ayuba Bryant.
Yeah,
That's his third.
Yeah, Bryant aggressive going to the bucket as he has been all day, but couldn't get this one to fall. Went to go find his own, but just caught a little too much arm of St. Joe's there.
So here's Williford. At the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Misses the first end. And Tobiasen corrals the rebounds. 4:10 to play in the game. Mason in front of him, it's Simpson. Mason gets a screen, drives to the left block. Mason, Griffiths was thinking three. Right there is Haskins. Griffiths shovels it off to Mason at the top of the key. Mason going to work on Simpson. His mid-range won't go. Here comes St. Joe's the other way. Haskins crosses over on Mason. Under 4 minutes to play in the game here at the X. So here's Ajabo. Simpson top of the key. Looks into the left corner now for Williford. Williford, left baseline. To Ajabo now, top of the key for Jones. 7 seconds for Jones. His three, high bounce off the rim, right into the hands of Darian Ford. 3:20 to play in the game. Tied at 60. Mason dribbling it out. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Drives to the right wing. Corner three for Griffiths is good. Temple takes the lead, his fifth of the day.
5 blocks, 5 threes. What can't this kid
And
do
Adam
today?
Fisher is fired up. St. Joe's uses a timeout. Gavin Griffiths, 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. His only attempts have come from the three-point arc. 5 blocks on the day, a huge performance from Gavin Griffiths as we move into the under 4 immediate timeout. Temple leads by 3, 63-60, 3 minutes to play. Welcome back to the X. After the final media timeout, we're in a close one here, 63-60. Temple leads by 3. Gavin Griffiths stealing the show here at Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Yeah, 15 points for him, as you mentioned, on 5 triples. And his last one, the biggest one of them yet.
So here's Derek Simpson in front of him. Jordan Mason. Simpson now guarded by Tobiasen on the left wing. Simpson drives to the right nail. Skip pass left corner for Finkley. Griffiths is there. Finkley drives. Finkley has it blocked by Griffiths again. Ball is tied up. Ajabor fighting for it. Jones, right corner for Finkley. 2 seconds. They got to get a shot off. A deep three from Simpson rolls around and out.
Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to hit that.
That would have been unbelievable. 6 blocks, it looks like, for Gavin Griffiths. We'll see if they give him the block. Here's Ford. Ford drives inside, gets Ajabor in the air, can't finish. Mason there on the follow, rebounds to Ayuba Bryant. Bryant, Griffiths on the left wing, dribbles through it, goes to Bryant, and a foul is called. Or a timeout is called by Adam Fisher. A very smart
Great
timeout.
call. Yeah, Temple still with 3 timeouts left. This is a big possession for them, so fantastic call there for this 30-second timeout.
Yeah, really smart timeout there by Adam Fisher. Griffiths was in a tough situation. Fisher able to bail him out. 2 minutes and 6 seconds to play in the game. 15 seconds on the shot clock for the Owls.
Yeah, St. Joe's, like we mentioned, game of runs, and this run is Temple's as of now. St. Joe's 0 for their last 5 and only 1 for their last 9 from the field, and haven't scored in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So big possession here from the Owls to really put even more pressure on the Hawks.
We're in for a great finish here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
A big key thing to remember here down the stretch, Temple will be shooting 2 free throws on every foul.
They
that
will.
Goes back to the quick fouls that happened in the beginning of this first half.
So here's Mason ready to inbound on the left trigger. Inside, looking for Ford, and a foul is called on Justice Ajabo. So Ford will head to the line shooting 2. 63-60 lead for Temple. Two minutes and 4 seconds to play.
Yeah, Ford with 23 on the day so far. His season high is 22, so he's already eclipsed that and added 1 more there at the line with a chance at another one to make it 25.
So it's a 4-point lead for Temple now. Ford can make it 5. And he does. So here's Simpson. 2 minutes flat to play in the ball game. Simpson top of the key. Deuce Jones drives on Bryant. Jones knifes inside on the left block and finishes. Tobiasen gets it into Bryant. Bryant to Ford. Ford crosses half court, guarded by Deuce Jones. Ford still standing in front of Jones. Ford on the left wing now. Gets a screen at the top of the key now. Ford drives, goes up right at Ajabo and finishes.
Got his defender on the back, found the angle for the layup.
67-62 the score. As here's Deuce Jones, steps back on Mason, banks in the 3. So just like that, it's a 2-point game. Tobiasen guarded by Glover Toscano as he brings it up.
Jeez, Deuce Jones been quiet all game, but somehow gets that one to fall.
So here's Tobiasen guarded by Glover Toscano. Tobiasen gets to the right wing. Tobiasen, Griffiths, deep 3. Front iron and down, and a big miss there by Temple. Under a minute to play, 45 seconds to go. Deuce Jones, top of the key, gets a screen from Ajabo. Jones on the left wing, stop and go, knifes inside and finishes. St. Joe's ties the game at 67 apiece. Adam Fisher will use a timeout with 29.9 seconds to play and 23 seconds on the shot clock. It's
Wow.
a full timeout.
Yeah, Deuce Jones coming through when it matters, has struggled all game, is still in foul trouble, still has 4 fouls. But that huge bank 3 somehow from the left wing, and then snaking his way through the defense for the layup for a quick 5 points to give him 14 on the day.
An unbelievable finish to this game. And what was looking like a lopsided affair in the beginning of the first half, early in this one. St. Joe's 3 straight possessions with scores, something for Temple that just can't happen.
Not at all. It looked like, you had that momentum, if you will, when you, that Gavin Giffords corner 3, and then you just kind of slowly let it slip away. I mean, Jones, can I say, got a little lucky on that bank 3?
You can. You definitely can.
But, nonetheless, he made it, so now you got to respond.
67 all. The kids are loving the scoreboard right now. 29.9 seconds to play in the ball game. 23 seconds on the shot clock. As referees break up both huddles.
2 great endings so far.
Absolutely.
At the Big 5 Classic.
Absolutely. Simpson, Deuce Jones, Anthony Finkley, Jaden Glover Toscano, and Justice Ajabo out there for St. Joe's. Jordan Mason, Aiden Tobias, and Darian Ford, Ayuba Bryant, and Gavin Griffiths, the lineup for the Owls. Left hash inbound from Tobias and is in. And the clock is running. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Temple. Mason yet to put it on the floor. Guarding him, it's Deuce Jones. Jones pokes it away from Mason. Mason goes and gets it, but a foul is called. We'll see on who.
Believe it's going to be called.
It's a loose ball foul on Deuce Jones, and Jones is done for the night. But that's only his 4th, rather.
They had it at 4.
Interesting. So Deuce Jones, foul number 4 at the line, shooting 2 is Jordan Mason. Mason's first. Got it. Checking in now, Derek Simpson for Austin Williford. We're coming in for a landing here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Mason's second, rolls around and in. So here is Simpson. Steve Donahue letting him play. 10 seconds, Simpson at the top of the key. Here's Deuce Jones now. 5 seconds, and St. Joe's will use a timeout. With 7 seconds flat to play in the game. A full timeout used by St. Joe's. Temple leads by 2, 69-67. We will take a break. An incredible finish on tap after the timeout here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Referees breaking up both huddles here at the X. St. Joe's using their last timeout. 2-point advantage for Temple, 69-67. St. Joe's basketball. It'll be inbounded on the left hash of the left sideline.
No Ajaba in here is something to keep an eye on.
Anthony Finkley in. The inbounder, Austin Williford, ready to get things going. 7 seconds to play. Finkley now, 5 seconds, top of the key, shovels it off. Left wing for Jones, he's gotta hurry. Jones steps back for the win. Got it! An off-balance shot. Deuce does it. They'll say it's a 2.
Wow. What a shot there from Deuce Jones.
The referees will head to the booth.
I mean, you couldn't ask much more from the Temple defense.
You could not. So they're saying it's a 2. They change it to a 3, and that is the game. Deuce Jones.
Wow.
A game-winning tray from Deuce ends it.
Heartbreak for the Owls. And a hero for the Hawks. Deuce Jones with a step-back triple.
Just 2 years ago, Steve Donahue and Penn lost at the hands of Khalil Brantley on a buzzer beater in game number 2 of the Big 5 Classic. Now it's his turn. Deuce Jones, quiet for the entire day, ends it here at the X. A wild finish.
Yeah, I mean, that was an unfortunate ending if you're an Owls fan. But great fight from this team. Darian Ford, 27 points. Gavin Griffiths with 15. And although Tobias only had 7, 8 rebounds. So he put in his effort as well, but great defense and an even better shot there to end it. And St. Joe's deserves it with that type of shot to win it.
An unbelievable finish here at Xfinity Mobile Arena. But that does it for our crew here at the X. For myself, Max Blakelock, our producer, the man, Troy, thank you all for joining us this afternoon.